never felt so strong, and you made me feel so alive.
Hi there lovelies, it's me Clare Elise and welcome along to a personal video. Now I thought long and hard whether to film this video, and I'm going to be totally honest with you. I didn't know whether I wanted to share so much of my personal life out there on YouTube. But after thinking about this and actually talking to people and researching a little bit more, I felt that I wanted to come onto YouTube and explain quite a lot of stuff about what I'm going through and something that I've been diagnosed with. So as you know, I started out a thing called #vlogfit on the 1st of January, and this basically was me deciding that I wanted to change around my life, get fit, get healthy, educate myself about food, and just basically make myself feel better and look better. Because you may have noticed, if you've followed me for a long time, that my weight has fluctuated up and down like a roller coaster, and in more recent times it's really fluctuated and I put on a lot of weight. You know, over the years I've had quite a few comments about my weight, especially being in the industry that I'm in, right? Because being a singer, especially when you're on stage, and the pressure from being young to now to be skinny in show business has been huge, you know? It really has been huge. I've had all sorts of things. I remember once there was a showcase, for instance, that I went to, and I was only a size 14, right? And somebody said to me, oh, you know, you need to kind of look at your weight. Your act was great, but you need to kind of look at your weight a little bit, you know what I mean, to get on in the industry. Things like that have always been apparent, you know, and especially, you know, in the 90s and stuff when I came into the industry as a singer. Wow, you know, look at all the pop stars. They were like super skinny, and it's kind of going back to that now. Now, I'm not going to go on about that, but what I'm trying to say to you is weight has been an issue for me, and I've never really understood why my weight's always fluctuated so much and how I couldn't get any control on it. And it sounds stupid because you're probably sitting there going, oh, just diet, eat healthy, blah, blah, blah. Yes, but now I understand more, because basically I have been diagnosed with a thing called polycystic ovary syndrome. Now, if you've never heard of this before, PCOS, it's been shortened into. This basically is a hormonal imbalance within the body. Now, hormones are responsible for your metabolism, so therefore you gain weight easily with polycystic ovary syndrome because your hormones are all over the place. They really are. It also means that you can suffer from infertility, you can get irregular periods, heavy periods, you can also get hair growth, and yeah, basically just, you know, weight gain. It also means that basically, and where it's got its name from, is that cysts develop within your ovaries. Insulin resistance as well within the body, which is a huge, you know, problem for ladies that suffer with polycystic ovary syndrome, hence with the weight and things. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to go into it. What I will do is I will link books and stuff, and I'll talk about that later in the video, but I will link information in the box below that I found really, really helpful, so that if you're suffering with this and you've just come across this video, hopefully it'll help you out, okay? Because that's what I wanted to do. My personal story, like I say, I've suffered with my weight, and that was a big thing. When it came to the beginning of January and the start of VlogFit, I took a look at myself and I was kind of really, really bloated. And family members and people have said to me, Claire, you look really bloated and it doesn't look right. And now looking back at a photo that I took on the 1st of January to now, I can see that I was holding really, really loads of water retention, like around my feet, around my ankles, you know, around my face and stuff. I was really puffy. I went to see a gynecologist. She was absolutely fantastic. She diagnosed me with this and explained to me that, you know, weight, getting control of that weight is key to polycystic ovary syndrome and fertility as well. If you're watching this and you've just been to a doctor or something and they've diagnosed you, I know how you feel, right? It's really overwhelming. I've known for years that there's not been something quite right. I mean, you know, I've had some other symptoms alongside, and No one's ever been able to tell me what's going on with my body. And that's another reason why I'm hoping that if you maybe are suspecting that you might have polycystic ovary syndrome and no one's actually diagnosed you, I cannot stress enough how important it is to go to that doctor and say, I want testing out properly. Going back to weight and stuff, like the specialist that I went to go and see, she was saying to me that, you know, getting a hold of your weight, getting your weight in control and in line, and really working hard at it. And I mean, you have to work hard at it if you've got polycystic ovary syndrome. If you really work at that, you know, it can help you. It can help with fertility. It can help you with everything to do with the symptoms, basically, of polycystic ovary syndrome. Help to get those hormones kind of in line and in check better. I've done a little bit of research as well, and I found quite a few different people on the internet that have been suffering with the same thing. And there's a channel actually called My Fitspiration. Two sisters on there that were on The Biggest Loser, Olivia and Hannah. Now, if you're suffering with it, go and check out their channel, because if there is anyone out there that can inspire you, those ladies really can. They'd fluctuated up to, I think, about £260 each, something like that. And they both had been diagnosed with polycystic ovary syndrome, and they went on a TV series called The Biggest Loser, and they were determined to lose all their weight. And oh my goodness, have they lost their weight? Have they lost their weight? It's just incredible. And I found a lot of comfort when I found their channel. I mean, I hadn't seen The Biggest Loser here in Dubai, honest with you. I didn't know about it. I kind of heard inklings about it, you know how you do on the internet or in magazines, but like obviously so far away from it, you didn't really see it. But I looked into it and watched their videos and stuff, and they've really inspired me and made me think, yeah, you know, if they've done it, I can do it. And in a recent video, Olivia was actually talking about like how she sort of healed herself quite a lot, and I've read this quite a lot as well. So like, there's a lot of hope out there. If you're sat there thinking that, you know, you could be infertile, you might not have a baby or whatever, if you're watching this video, you know, there is quite a lot of videos and a lot of people out there that have said, yeah, you know, they've looked after themselves, they've got a hold of their weight, they've got a hold of their insulin levels, they've got a hold of their hormone levels, they've sorted themselves out, and their ovaries have totally kind of healed up and got rid of the cysts and got all healthy and stuff. And then they've gone on to have babies. There's plenty of ladies out there that have suffered with polycystic ovary syndrome that have had babies. So what I'm going to say now is, don't feel down about it. You know, just look after yourself, get yourself feeling better, and focus on the future. My whole point of doing this video is I want to share some stuff with you. The first thing I want to share with you is basically about some information that I've found really helpful. So My Fitspiration, I'm going to put a link to their channel in the down box so that you can find that. I've also found a really, really good book that I'm reading at the moment, which explains how different foods affect you and what you should be looking at to help you, because different foods are good for you. So for instance, like whole grains are really good for women with PCOS, also leafy vegetables, things like that. And the book is called, I've got it on my Kindle here, let me have a look. Let me switch it on. It's called The PCOS Workbook by Angela, I think it's Grassington or something like that. The full thing's not come up on my on my Kindle, but I will put the information below. I've also started reading a book by Gillian Michaels called Master Your Metabolism. I've just started these books, so I'm not like, you know, massively into it, but I just want to share that with you, because especially the PCOS workbook, already I've only sort of like quarter of the way in, and it's just a brilliant book for making you understand things, and especially understanding the food side of things, which is a little bit mental, you know, and it explains quite a lot. I'll also put just a link as well below of sort of a health website that explains, you know, all about polycystic ovary syndrome, just in case you're a bit confused about it. I'm not going to go on about things, I'm not going to go on and on in this video. I just really wanted to do this video though, because like since being diagnosed, I've kind of said to a few women like that I've been, you know, this is what's going on with me right now. I've been open and talked about it, and a few women have now sort of said to me, oh, me too, You know, I'm suffering with that as well. But they'd never have shared it with me before, you know? And I guess what I wanted to do is just sort of be a bit more open about it. It's not a terrible thing, you know? And we should be supporting one another. If you've got this, support one another, you know, talk to other people, because they might be going through exactly the same thing as you're going through and having the same sort of stresses as you. And I always think that, you know, if you've got people around you and friends around you that can talk, and even just sharing it with your family, your partner, your husband, you know, whoever's around you, talk about it. Don't bottle up your emotions and feelings to do with this, because that's the worst thing that you can do. And I guess that's the main reason for me doing this video, you know? Talk about it. If you want to leave me a comment below, I'd love to hear from you. I really, really would. You can find me on Twitter as well, at Clare Elise. I'm out and about, I'm around Facebook and stuff. By all means, drop me a message. But hopefully this video has been helpful for you, and if you are a subscriber who watches my beauty videos and things like that, sorry for taking you away from my beauty for a minute, but I just really wanted to do this video. It's a personal thing. It's a thing that I wanted to do to share with people, and I hope this video has been helpful. Bye.
It never felt so strong, and you made